Okay, hi guys. Can you hear me? I see there's a few of you here. Sorry, I'm running a little late because I lost track of time. But thank you for joining. Um, okay, hi guys. Can you hear me? I see there's a few of you here. Sorry, I'm running a little late because I lost track of time. But thank you for joining. Um, Sorry, I have my computer open so that I can see the chat because I'm doing the live on my phone. And I forgot that I have to, I guess, mute it. So sorry about the playback there for a second. But okay, but hi, the Crunchy Vacuum. Hi, Kay. Thank you guys for joining. I'm just gonna be taking apart the purple shark because the brush roll is not working, and I'm just gonna kind of get right into it and just sort of go through how I take them apart. Not sure if I'm, if I'm the only one, but it took me quite a while to figure out how to do some of these things, so I figured I was going to do a tutorial video at some point, but I never got around to it. So I figured while I was going to do it anyway, I figured in case anyone out there has had trouble with the sharks, hopefully this can help. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. So as you can see, this is the bottom of the purple shark. The brush roll is not spinning. I'm pretty sure that there might be something stuck in there, but not sure if you guys know this. I didn't for a while, but there's a few reasons that the brush roll will stop working, and the most common one is that if you take apart like the bottom part and like stuff gets stuck in these little holes here, then it won't connect right. And then there's also two similar ones on the bottom of the hose, and that's where stuff tends to get stuck more often. And if there's something blocking it, then the brush roll won't work. But I have cleaned them out as best as I can. I don't think that anything is stuck in there, so the next option is to take it apart and see if something is like physically blocking it. There's also a switch in there that if the switch doesn't catch in the right way, then the brush roll will not turn off. I can't talk. It won't turn on. So, but you have to take it apart to kind of look. And if it's not any of those things, then I'm not really sure at that point, but hopefully it'll be something that's easy to fix. Okay, so I'm trying to get as much light in here as I can. The flashlight's not working on my phone, but I have like an LED light here, and then also a lamp. And I have my overhead light on, but just this side of my apartment is just naturally dark, but hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. If you can't, just let me know. But Shark makes it like intentionally hard, I think, to take apart their vacuums, which is why it took me so long to figure out how to do it. And the first thing is that the screws that are in here, you need like a special kind of screwdriver, because if you can see, like in this screw, there's like a little thing in the middle. So you have to have a screwdriver that will like grab onto that to be able to turn it. This set of screwdrivers, you can get these on Amazon. I think that they're like literally like $5. I've had mine for a few years since I got my first shark, and yeah, Obviously you don't have to like, you know, buy them several times. Like once you get them, they're good to go. The other thing is that there's a few different sizes of the screws, and it's going to take me a minute because I can never remember which one, which screwdriver it is that fits this particular shark, because they're all different. And I think this one even has a couple of different size screws. But the set here, like these are all the different sizes that it comes in. So yeah, Charlotte the mechanic. I just like trying to figure things out, because also I'm poor, so I figure, you know, things break, I have to figure out how to fix them myself, because I can't get them repaired. Hi Ellie, thanks for joining. Congratulations on winning the giveaway. Super awesome. I can't wait to see what you do with those materials. Okay, so I'm not really sure which one of these fits. I meant to color code it, but I just never got around to it. All right, I think it's this one. Okay, so there are screws here, and this is going to be, I'm going to do the best I can with trying to make sure you guys can actually see what I'm doing. But there's screws on the shark. Obviously, we have the 3 down here. There's one here, here. There's 2 here, and then I think there's 2 back here as well. So I'm going to just go ahead and start taking them off. Look, there's a, I think, aquarium gravel or something in this one. Okay, so first you want to take off the wheels. And like I said before, Shark makes it impossible to, or they don't make it impossible obviously, but like as hard as possible to take these apart, because all of these screws and these screw holes are different sizes. So like that specific screw has to go back into that specific hole. I've been meaning to color code them so that I know which one goes where, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So what I do is when I take them out, I try to keep them in the same like location that they came out in, so that I know where they go back. Half the time it takes me, you know, half the time for some reason, I think the screws just magically change sizes or something, because I can never get them back in on the first try. But anyway, so I'm just going to start. And again, so these screwdrivers, you can get them for like $5 on Amazon. I'll try to post the link in my description maybe, if I remember, or you guys could leave a comment and remind me, I guess, to link to the ones that I got, because again, the set's like $5 and I've had mine for a few years. So, but anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and just start taking these screws out. And they are really hard to get out to, so I have to take a wrench and just to get it loose. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. This might actually be the wrong size of the screwdriver. Nope, I guess I was right. It just seems like it's not staying in there well. Kind of the cool though is that they're magnetic and so are the screws, so that if you get it to a certain point, you can just kind of pull it out. Okay, so this is what I mean about kind of keeping them in the same order. So this one came from the, what is this, left? The left side bottom row, so I'm going to put it over here, and then I'll just keep, you know, in that formation so that I'll have at least a chance of putting them back right. Hi guys who have joined. Hi ASMR Feels. Okay, oh my god. It was kind of a theory that they just made it as hard as possible, like on purpose, but I didn't know that like they actually like, that's actually pretty validating for me because these things are really hard to take apart until you kind of get used to it. So yeah, that's funny. I knew it, I knew it. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep trying to take these out. I can definitely say that like some of the sharks are easier if they're the lift away kind, like my the panda shark and the gray shark, those are not the lift away. And it's 10 times harder trying to do this when you can't take the bottom part off and you've got the entire freaking vacuum. Just FYI. Here's my cat, Milo. So my cat decides that he often comes in and decides whatever I'm doing, he wants to be right in the middle of it, unless the vacuum is like actively running, because then he won't come near it. But otherwise, he's just always in everything, so sorry about that. Okay. Hi, Milo. I see you. Okay, so the bottom row is done, so I'm just going to move on up to the next one. Okay, you had me. See, I would have believed it. I'm pretty sure it's probably true though, because there's no other explanation for why it should be this complicated. I did have a Bissell at one point, like several years ago, and the belt had eventually broken on it, and I remember that you could just literally just pop it off to switch out the belt. But like for all the sharks, as far as I know, like you can't even change the belt without going through this process. I took apart the panda shark a few months ago, and somehow I ended up, when I was trying to put it back together, I ended up with more screws than I had places to put them. I cannot for the life of me figure out. There's like 2 extra screws. I have no idea where they were supposed to go, but I just kind of held on to them because maybe I'll figure it out one day. But so far, it's the panda seems to be doing okay without the screws, so maybe they just came from another dimension. I don't know. Hi, Vac Addict. This is live. Thanks for joining. I'm just halfway through taking the screws out. So once you get the bottom 2 rows off, and again, I'm not sure how well you can see in here, but there's two screws right here on the wheels, and these take a different type of screwdriver. These are actually, no, I'm sorry. I think one of the other Sharks, these take like a Phillips head or something. But they are a different size. So you need a different, like, weird screwdriver. But then behind that, like all the way back down in there, there's another one down there and another one down there. So yeah, they really, like, they make you work for it. Okay, I think this is the right one, and I'm gonna try to do my best that you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah, so this is the right size for these two. So this is the one that works on the other ones. If anyone like has these screws or anything, or plan to get them, I'll save you some time to figure out which one goes to which. This is the S2T1C for the purple Shark. That does most of the screws, but then for these little ones behind the wheel, you need the S2T, I think that's a 9. Yeah. So these are the two that you need for the for this particular Shark. Okay, so now the last screws, again, are those ones way back down there. These are the hardest ones to get out because you can't really twist the screwdriver very well. But they're actually a lot harder to get back in than they are to get out, now that I think about it. But that is a problem for future Charlotte. I think I picked up the wrong one. Sorry, I know you can't really see what I'm doing in here, but these are a pain in the butt to get out. Hi, Telly Boo. Thank you for joining. Sorry guys, this is gonna take me a minute because these just don't want to come out. Okay, bear with me for a second. I think I just need to get a better like grip on it. I was using the wrong size screwdriver, so I guess this particular shark needs 3 different sizes of screwdrivers. You see what I mean? That's why it wouldn't work. Okay. Sorry, I hope that the sound wasn't muffled. I have my hair. I just realized it was falling on the mic, which I have on my shirt. I apologize if there was any muffly sounds. This is where the magnet part comes in handy, because otherwise that was not going to come out. Okay, one more left. Okay, so we've got all the screws out, and like I mentioned earlier, if you weren't here, all of these screws are different sizes, and even if they're the same like screwdriver size, they don't fit into the same holes. Like it's legitimately like a process. So what I try to do is when I take the screws out, just kind of keep them in the same order, so that I have a basic idea of where they go. I'll probably I've been meaning to color code them, and I'll probably do that tonight actually when I put this back together. So yeah. All right. Yeah, this is live, Teleboo, which by the way, if you guys have any questions or anything, or if you're having any trouble seeing or hearing, let me know. I have the chat up on my computer so I can kind of keep an eye on it. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and take apart the bottom now that all the screws are off. I think I'm actually supposed to do this from the front. So, if you've never taken one of these apart, this is what it looks like. Look how much dust is on this part of the brush roll. I actually have like a little duster thing that came with like some filters I got at some point, so I'm gonna go grab that actually. BRB. Okay, can you guys still hear me? I had the mic on my shirt, but I'm gonna put it on the tripod so that so I don't keep bumping into it. But hopefully you can still hear me. I got this brush. It came with I don't remember which filters I got, but I think it was when I first bought some replacement filters for the OG Shark, the red and white one, and it came with this little brush. So I'm going to go ahead and use that on this because, dear Lord. So this actually comes out like that, and then what I do is I just disconnect this hose so that I don't have to deal with this top part, but I am gonna wipe it out real quick. Oh my gosh, look at all that dirt and dust, or dust, I guess. It's like all in here. I'll have to like actually vacuum it later, I think. This little thing right here goes under the little light indicator, so it pops out really easily, so I'm just gonna put that back in there. There's like a bulb that goes in there, but that's on the bottom part. Okay, so this is what I have figured out when it comes to these sharks, is that, you know, if something gets stuck sort of like in here, then that can cause the brush roll to not work. And then there's a little switch that's right here. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. But this switch, it gets triggered when you pull down the brush roll, you know, to put it in brush roll mode. And if it's not connecting right, then the brush roll won't work. I believe you can get like a replacement for it if it's like broken, but looking at all this dust, I think it's probably just dirty, and that's probably why the brush roll's not working. Like, there's just a ton of dirt in here. Or like, well, it's not dirt, but it's dust. It's very dusty. Sorry, I put it close up so that you could see the switch. And yeah, I'm just kind of cleaning this out. Just trying to see what's going on in here. To take the brush roll out, I'm gonna go ahead and do that and see if there's anything like in this part. But okay, so this is the belt. So like to replace the belt, you have to take the brush roll out and like literally like take it off. But there's these little things here, and you can just pop this out, and then the belt just sort of comes out too. I'm just kind of trying to see what's like stuck in here. Hi, Chai Fax. Thanks for joining. Okay, I'm not sure what would happen if I used a wipe. Probably nothing, but I don't want to accidentally like get something wet or like Clorox that's not supposed to be, and then make it an even worse problem. So I just kind of like dry dust it. There's like aquarium gravel stuck in this part right here. And I'm just using a little flathead screwdriver. So this is the spinny thingy that makes the brush roll go. It like spins here, and I guess this is actually the motor, or a motor, because I think there's another one in the bin part. You can take this out. I did take this out once because I had to, the belt that originally came with this broke, and it was the first time I took this apart, so I went ahead and I took out the motor because why not, I guess. So you can take this out. It's got the same type of screws that the bottom has, so, and then it just kind of fits, you know, sort of in there. But you can sort of see it too, like here's where, when you spin the brush roll, that's where it spins here. So ideally, if the brush roll is working, you know, this little switch here will do what it's supposed to do, make it go, and all is right with the world. So, I mean, looking at it though, I can't see like anything major blocking it. I just think there's a lot of dust in here, so it could be that the switch is just dirty or just not connecting right, or it might need a new switch. I'm just kind of trying to see if there's any like major debris in here that I'm not seeing, but I don't think so. Okay, so okay, I think this part that connects that hits the switch is all dusty. Okay, so this part, I don't actually know what I'm doing with the with the wires that go in this part. Like, I know sort of vaguely where they're supposed to go, but as soon as you take the top of this off, like, the wires kind of come with it, because they're not like put in there like very firmly. But you can kind of see, like, there's little, like, places where you can, like, tuck it in. I guess you can't see that, but there's one, like, back there where you can kind of tuck them in. But I really just kind of keep them, or try to keep them from, I don't know, blocking the cover from going back on, but I don't think it was this shark. It might have been the green shark that I actually had to take something apart here. I don't remember what it was, but because one of the wires wasn't working. But for the most part, I don't really like to mess with them because I don't really know where they're supposed to go. But this little white thing, theoretically, like, it's supposed to keep, you know, the wires in place here, but it comes off, like, super easily. Hi, Redeemer ATM. Thanks for joining. Oh, thank you. I don't really like my voice very much, but I'm glad that you find it soothing. It makes me feel less self-conscious in general, so thank you for that. Okay, so when the brush roll goes back in, and again, I don't know where these are supposed to go. I just kind of shove them in there, which you're probably not supposed to do, but whatever. But when the brush roll goes back in, I do know that, like, this little white part has to be in that little, like, thingy right here. And then these wires are supposed to, like, stay, like, kind of tucked down in there, but again, I'm just winging that part. I don't really know what those are supposed to do. But okay, so I'm gonna try to zoom in on the switch thing, because whatever's wrong with the brush roll probably has to do with this switch. But so this is how the brush roll goes into brush roll mode. So, and I'm trying to do it and sort of see what's happening when I'm doing it, and it looks like this spring here is not, like, it's getting stuck, and it's not hitting the switch. Can you guys see that? There's this little piece right here that's supposed to hit the switch when you... Let me try to get in closer so that you guys actually can see what I'm talking about. So like, okay, so this is like the spring and the switch where when you put it back into brush roll mode, this little part right here is supposed to hit that switch which turns on the brush roll. So it looks like it's not like, it's not doing it right, I guess. I don't know if this switch is getting hit or not, but it looks like something is jammed with this spring actually, that's like preventing it from like springing all the way. So I don't know about that. See what I mean about this thing? It, like, you move this part wrong and like the whole white thing comes out and you gotta put it back in there, which is really irritating. You know, they go through so much trouble to make these hard to open, and then you open it and like half the stuff doesn't even work the way it's supposed to. I don't know why I love sharks so much, because, you know, they're really kind of a pain. But I just love them. All right. Okay. Let me try to dust those off a little bit. If you're still here, I appreciate it. I know this is not super exciting, but again, I figured if I was going to do it anyway, in case anyone wants to know how to do it. Okay, I think I've cleaned that out as much as I can. Not really sure what's going on, but I'm gonna try to put it back together and see if it'll magically work. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the belt back on. You have to put the belt on here first before you try to put the brush roll back in. Otherwise you can't get it like to stay in place, or you can't get it like around the thingy. Just kind of clean this off a little bit. There's like hair in here, which is gross. I need to get one of those sharks that has the self-cleaning brush roll with the self-cleaning like thingy, because I really hate when the hair gets stuck in there, and I have like really long hair too, so it's constantly getting stuck in everything. But like, hair actually drives me nuts. So yeah, so whatever shark I get next is gonna have the self-cleaning brush roll thingy. Okay, so once the belt is around that gear thing here, then you just go ahead and put it around the gear part here, and then you're just gonna put the little black thing, just line it up and just pop it back in there. So theoretically, there's nothing wrong with the brush roll. So if it doesn't work when I put it back together, then there's something wrong with this switch, and I'll have to figure that out. But that, again, is a problem for future Charlotte. Okay. Weirdly enough, this might be one of the hardest parts, is trying to get this part back on there, because if you don't get it so that it, like, nothing's, like, blocking it or whatnot, like, it's just really irritating to try to work it around this part. I don't know, I always have trouble with it. See, that wasn't supposed to happen like that. I'm supposed to just pull it out. But usually what I'll do is put it, like on this part first, so that I make sure it's all lined up and everything. Alright, so then once that is on there, then you can kind of put this back in here, but I don't know if you can see what I mean about, like, the wires. Like, look at this. And if these wires, like, aren't, like, pushed all the way down in here, when you try to close this, it won't close. But it's so hard to keep the wires where they're supposed to be, because this part always comes out. So, yeah. For me, this is, like, the hardest part. Actually, before I close that, sorry, I just saw some dust that I hadn't noticed before. I'm going to sweep that out real quick. Actually, just double checking to see if there's anything, like, obstructing the little switch, but I don't see anything. Really, the dust shouldn't even be that much of an issue, because, I mean, there's a lot, but, you know, it shouldn't really be blocking anything, especially considering that, like, you can't clean the dust out unless you take it apart, and they don't make it easy to take it apart, so. Alright, let's try this again. Shit. That's my mic cord, got stuck there, sorry. God damn it. Yes. So see, it won't close, and that's because probably these wires are stuck somewhere. And this thing has once again come out. think I got it. So when I put the screws back in, I usually try to put one in the bottom and then one at least in the middle here, to try to just like, so I don't have to keep holding it in place, because otherwise it'll just keep popping off like this. Like, oh my goodness. Nope, something is, see these wires? That's what's blocking it from closing. I hate these things. This is very poorly designed, just so you know. I've thought about like trying to tape them or something, but I don't want tape all in here, like in the, you know, where the thing's supposed to work. So see, when it fits here, it won't fit back here unless you lift this up. And once you start doing that, haha, got it. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the screws back before it falls apart. All right. And I'm actually gonna color code these now while I have them out, because already I don't remember which size went to which screws. There's 3 different screwdrivers that you have to use on here, because there are 3 different sizes of screws, and each one, again, it has to go back to its wherever it originally lived, because this screw that goes here won't necessarily fit in here. You know what I mean? So yeah. Let's try the middle one. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that back in there. I don't even know if these screws are, I don't even know if they were in the right place when I took them out, because now I can't get this one back in there. I've only taken this one apart once before, so yeah. But I'm gonna make it work. Also, despite what I just said, don't try to force them if they won't go in there, because if you strip the screws, and that means like you're, like if you try to force it, you can like make it so that the screwdriver doesn't fit right anymore, so then it won't work at all. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of keep going and hope for the best. I'll let my colleagues at Shark know. While you're at it, just let them know that this is just an all-over fail for an otherwise fabulous vacuum. That the way that this is designed, which Again, I think they do it on purpose, but it's truly awful. I don't know of any other vacuum that is this hard to like take the bottom off just to access like the basic parts of it. But I keep buying the sharks anyway. So, I mean, I guess in the long run, it doesn't really matter because clearly I'm still a customer. Okay, so I'm just going to try to put all these screws back in now. I usually just try to put them in just enough so that they're in there, and then at the end I go back and tighten them all. And if these are all in there to where they're supposed to be, then I'll go ahead and color code them as well. Like, I already know these two are where they're supposed to be because these are the only ones that are this size. So I'm just gonna So these are the harder ones to put back in because they were super hard to get out. So these are the ones that go way back here. Okay, only 4 screws left. Okay, I think those are right. So I'm going to tighten them, but I'm going to go ahead and color code them with paint. Okay. Normally I would have given up too, but I first figured out how to do this when I had my red and white shark, which I don't use anymore because it just doesn't work well anymore. Because for a long time, that was the only shark that I had, and I just ruined it, I think, with all my mess tests. But yeah, because it was the only shark that I had, I was trying to figure out how to fix it on my own because if I tried to get it fixed somewhere, a lot of the vacuum shops don't carry like shark stuff, and B, that's expensive. So it kind of just, I just kind of figured it out of necessity. Because yeah, I'm not a patient person. I have I have cussed out my sharks on several occasions. This model of the shark is actually a lot easier to deal with than like the Vertex. I've taken that apart a couple of times, and that is like an unholy nightmare. To the point where I actually did give up once, but it was still taken apart. So eventually I had to like try again and fix it, but yeah, I think that one actually drove me to tears. Okay, so I'm just gonna, so I've got these little paints here. I'm just gonna go ahead and just color code the screws to know where they go. And I am using a makeup brush because I actually don't have a paintbrush. But yeah, so these two back here, I'm just going to make blue so that I know those are the ones that go in the far back. And I'm just gonna kind of get it both on like the area as well as the screw itself so that when I take the screw out, I know where it goes. I have no idea if this is smart or not as far as like, since it's closed up and I'm not putting paint like inside the shark, I think it's okay, but if it breaks, it was my own fault, so. Okay, these screws are the ones that go with this screwdriver. So these are going to be yellow. And then this screwdriver is also going to be yellow. I think this was the one that went to the ones back there. I'm not going to stick it in there now though because there's paint on it. I don't know how effective this is going to be, but I've been meaning to do it, and so I'm just going to do it. All right. These ones, let me tighten up this one before I put paint down there. I don't know, in my head the color coding was a better idea, but looking at it now, I think I might try to find something else because that paint down there, the blue one that I just did for the ones back here, it looks like it's drying, but it's a lot darker than I thought, so I can't even see it. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and quit in the middle of that. Things always work out in my head and they never quite translate well to reality. I don't know, maybe I'll get some stickers or something to mark them. So now I'm just tightening these up. Make sure they're good and tight so that the thing doesn't, so that nothing falls out while I'm vacuuming. I use a screwdriver because even when I can't like physically turn it anymore, it still can be tightened more, and so the screwdriver like just makes it easier to get it as tight as possible. I basically try to turn this until I can't anymore. And I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. For some reason, this screw, like, it won't stay in there if I don't hold it, but then that makes it hard to turn the wrench. Here we go. All right, that's good enough, I think. Yeah. Last one. Okay. So now I'm just going to put the wheels back on, and you really just kind of have to just kind of really pound them in there. Otherwise, like, they don't just pop in easily. Like, you have to put some force into it. See how this side won't go in? There we go. Okay, so now it's back together. It's been cleaned out as well as I can clean it out. Another time I might go in there and like vacuum it out, but I didn't want to do that this time. No real reason, I guess. All right, so I'm going to give it a try, see if it works. Hopefully it does. I'm just going to try to look in here real quick to see if there's like anything. And again, my flashlight won't work on my phone while I'm filming, but it wouldn't let me turn the flashlight on with the camera. But let me just make sure that there's nothing in there that might be blocking it. I think I've gotten everything out of there. Okay. I have this like duct tape on here because the little window keeps popping out, but I think I'm gonna have to replace this soon because it's like getting unsticky. But this tape, I got it at Walmart for like $3, but it has stayed on there. Like I mean, it's great. So I recommend that if you have this shark and the window keeps popping out, this is probably the easiest solution, and it stays on there. Me too. I'm hoping it works too. This is the other part of it that has to be like working. So in this part, like in here, that's what gets connected to that bottom part. And again, if there's something blocking it in there, then it won't work. And again, I cleaned it out earlier and that didn't really help anything, so I don't think it's blocked, but I'm just double checking. I don't really see anything. And then the other part that sometimes gets blocked, this gets blocked a lot more actually, is right here. I've gotten like little aquarium gravel and things like that stuck in there, which makes it won't go back on there and like snap into place. And if it doesn't do that, then the brush roll will not work. But obviously it's snapping in. There's nothing in there, so at least not that I can see. So all right, let's see how it does. This could either be really good or really anticlimactic. Now see, that's not clicking in there right. So clearly something is blocking it. There it goes. Okay. It's not plugged in. Okay, fail. Sometimes it'd be like that, I guess. But I guess if nothing else, I hope this was helpful to some of you guys. Um, even if you watch it later or whatnot, I'll try to go back and put in timestamps for each part. Um, but yeah. I guess there must be something wrong with the switch. So I guess either I can figure that out or I can try to contact Shark. Okay, yeah, I think I can contact them, but I don't know if this shark is under warranty or not. I mean, it's been within a year that I got it, but I'm not really sure how it works because I know I had an issue with the Vertex like a few months after I got it, and I had to like pay for like a new something or other. I don't remember. Um, but we'll see. We'll see how it works. But yeah, so prayer circle for the purple shark. Um, I'll try to keep working on it and figuring it out, but until then, I guess it's out of commission until I can figure out what the frick is wrong with it. Um, so yeah. But anyway, I hope that the taking apart um, content again is helpful. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. And I'll get back to you. And thank you so much for joining. Um, I really appreciate it. It's easier to motivate myself to do this and not put it off if I've got some people to talk to while I'm doing it. So I appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you guys around. Thanks again so much for coming. Um, have a great night. Bye, guys.